legit wonderful.
Yes.
Enjoy yourself.
Don't enjoy yourself. You're only allowing these people to just make more of this with this secret Saiyan who's stronger than freaking SS Blue Vegito.
Cool.
And he's just in the shadows and never mentioned and in his secret prison.
Cool. Cool.
This is what we're getting.
Yep. But people recognize it's a fun joke fluff. Who gives a shit? As opposed to, here's Jiren, the greatest villain I've ever seen.
But he is, though.
Cool. Yep. Get in there.
That sounds like a very similar to reaction that you just had about Dragon Ball Heroes, though, so I'm confused.
No. I was talking, DA showed me another Heroes thing, and I'm just like, cool. No. Super is trash.
There's the tenors of BG's cools that you have to like really listen for the subtlety. Cool is like, yeah, he's okay with it. Cool is he's pissed off at it.
We in there. Trunks and Vegeta's fuse. Cool. Get in there.
Jiren?
Yep.
No. Anything Jiren is like, nah. My girl Belle took me straight to the top.
Why am I not surprised, Belle?
They weren't ready for it. You almost lost to a Ganon.
You don't. That's the story of my life.
You're almost losing to a Ganon?
Almost losing the Ganon. Because if you, no matter who you are, you're always one hit away from almost losing to a Ganon. It's not fair.
Is Ganon really
I'm just imagining, like, just milestone moments of your life, like graduating high school. You almost failed. It's just your teacher stamping an F on your paper. Doria!
Go to your job interview for your current job, and he's just waiting there behind the door, charging the kick. Just waiting.
All right, let me open this door to the workshop. No! Pokemon had another little trailer thing. Showed off some new Dynamax forms, which are like the giant forms. Charizard looks fucking
so dumb.
I'm so
I
tired
hate
of
all
Pokemon.
of it. How y'all hitting 1,000 with all the humans and the Pokemon are just stinking up the joint. That coffin looks so dumb.
I like Dynamax Charizard. He looks pretty fucking
They
sick.
keep wheeling out Charizard.
And I'm okay with that.
I'm sick of it. Blastoise and Venusaur gets no kind of love. Char is always Charizard, and I'm sick of it.
It's because Charizard, man.
Yeah. Charizard the best.
He's not the best.
He is the best.
Charizard the best.
He's not.
But
He is.
So they showed off a bunch of different Dynamax forms, and they have ones for the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And I just love the fact that Let's Go Pikachu's Dynamax form is just original fat Pikachu.
Seriously,
It's
amazing.
all it is.
Can we talk about Meowths, though?
I hate it. It looks so stupid.
Long cat.
I hate it.
Very long cat.
Yeah.
Like, Pikachu's like, oh, okay, that's a cute callback. Meowth. Wait, guys, what the fuck?
That's that was the drugs finally kicking in. Like, they had some good designs, and then, like, at the peak of the creative portion of their high, they made Sirfetch'd, who's amazing, and then then they lost the buzz, and Dynamax Meowth came out of it. Robert Downey Jr.'s Doolittle.
Oh, did you see
The accent
the Reddit?
the accent is the thing.
Uh-huh.
See the Reddit stuff.
No.
Wait, what?
The Reddit stuff surrounding Doolittle. There was a dude that was working on a production company, and he just started releasing information. So the director was a piece of that clearly was out of his league and did not know what he was doing and
great.
micromanaging everything. So they would be shooting for the day, and the people would go, so where are the animals going to be placed? Because we need to know where Downey's going to be standing so we can place the animals there in post. And he goes, we'll figure it out. Just get this shot of shooting.
Hmm.
And there's like 5 stories of that.
Interesting.
We'll feel it out. Great.
The dude ended it with, I don't know who the not gonna get with Harold and Jeremy Poole.
Hello, everyone.
That made no
Welcome
sense
back
to anybody.
to the podcast of stuff.
It just made no sense.
It doesn't at all. My fake milk toast white podcast friends. Oh,
Bruh,
boy.
it would be like eating a sponge. Just dry.
It's like dipping crackers in salt. Like all the moisture is gone. There's nothing else.
Would you like to put some mayonnaise on this? Why, yes, please. Oh boy, welcome back, everybody. No Ralph. He is working. On that note, quick little announcement at the beginning of this podcast. New scheduling because Ralph is getting more, I think it was like more responsibilities at his job. So his schedule is just going to be all over the damn place. So we
Job is
are
screwing up, letting him get more responsibilities.
So we're not going to be having a set schedule. It's not going to be Thursdays at 7, 8, whatever. We're just going to find a day every 2 weeks or so. Maybe Ralph will be there. Maybe he won't. And
that's the long and short of it.
Yep. We will do the podcast. Obviously, we will make an announcement on the social medias, Twitter, Facebook, what have you, on what day we will be recording the episode or streaming the episode. And then as long as I'm not busy with life, because life is busy right now, currently trying to, or in the process of buying a home, we will upload the episode to YouTube relatively shortly after. So, with that, speaking of Corona news, so obviously,
Speaking of it,
I said because of, or Ralph was doing it because of Rona, right?
no.
Oh, I didn't. Okay. Again, life has been. I've just been juggling so much shit recently. I will say though, this little bit of news. Yeah, there's a lot of like awful negative things you see out there. My favorite little thing that I've seen is apparently, as you know, more and more people are realizing, hey, wear damn masks outside. There is a shortage right now of Bane masks from The Dark Knight Rises because people are buying those for their
I
masks.
just looked up one because I just want it.
And them boys probably ridiculous. I've seen a lot of Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero Scorpions too.
Oh, that would make sense. That would make sense. I mean, like,
But no, that's where you want to go. You want to go straight to Bane because it's fun and it's good and you can go.
hello, sir. How was your? Did you find everything okay in the store? Oh, yes.
Bane is the best part of the Harley Quinn show. The
Bane,
absolute
complete money.
is complete.
I need
money.
to. It's on the list of the 18,000 things that I need to watch.
Him, Jim Gordon's awesome. Barbara's awesome.
Bane, don't care, Bane.
Yeah.
It's on the list. Also on the DC note, did you guys see that the Snyder cut is
Who didn't?
happening?
Oh yes.
How
He said it's so long. It's either going to be a 4-hour movie or it's going to be a bunch of mini episodes of stuff.
interesting.
4 hours.
See, I want to see them fix the mustache.
It's not gonna happen.
We put $4 million in fixing Henry Cavill's face.
It's not gonna happen.
Well, I guess because that was the reshoots that Whedon did, right?
Correct.
So they might not. That footage might not even be in there. Not really thinking about it.
I am so looking forward to this.
Why?
And I hope it's a complete travesty so these stupid pieces of will shut up. They kept going, but the Snyder cut, it would have been good if y'all just let Snyder, and I hope it's awful.
See, how quickly people forget about Bat v Soups.
But again, people love the Ultimate Edition, which is the Snyder cut of that movie. They hate the theatrical, but they love the Snyder cut.
Yeah, love is a strong word for me, but it is.
It's more
quotes
coherent,
better.
but
Yes.
it's also so long.
It
And it's still stuff that could have been cut out, like the nightmare sequence is really not needed.
Mm-hmm.
Really not. Like, it's a terrible
It's amazing
movie.
how Avengers Endgame, 3-hour-long movie, doesn't feel that long.
At all.
Ultimate cut of Bat v Soups is a journey.
Oh, man.
dragging journey.
It feels like 5 hours. Because it's just not a very interesting movie.
Oh yeah, y'all saw it recently. I forgot about that. But it's not so much that it's not an interesting movie. It's the ideas behind the scene that's supposed to make it an interesting movie. And it's conceptually interesting, but it's just executed like dog shit.
That's one of those things where it's like, if you're into it or you're here for this type of thing, you're gonna like it. But me, I'm not into the whole sit down and just go the moralities of and this and this. Not for me. I don't care.
There was a great hard drive, which is like the Nerd Onion article. It says HBO execs convinced to release Snyder Cut after realizing all their mother's names are Martha.
Can't fix the Martha scene.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so looking forward to this. What can they do?
Tell me, do you bleed? And see the thing, like with Justice League 2, I didn't think it was that bad. Personally,
100% in the boat of Justice League is very mediocre.
It's watchable.
It's watchable if nothing else.
Way better than Bat v Soups.
Bat v Soup
is barely watchable.
It's not even barely watchable. It's almost unwatchable. See, you're glass half full in it. You gotta half empty that.
No, I'm B- in it, and you're C+ in it.
It's awful. Oh, I can't wait for this.
Yeah, like to me, one of the scenes that I hope is preserved, which is one of my favorite ones, was when they're all fighting Soups, and the Flash part of it.
I don't know if that was a reshoot though.
I know.
Yeah, because his face was kind of wonky. Because
that might have been a reshoot.
But yeah, just the whole thing of him just tracking the Flash as he's running.
Dude, it's literally the best scene in the movie.
It is so good. And to me, when you bring back Snyder-verse versions of these characters, Superman was good in this because he was Superman. But is this going to bring back Snyder's Snooperman?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my no, dude, Rip.
Oh, this is gonna be amazing.
No, Rip. I'm not sitting down and watching 4 hours. No.
Ain't nobody forcing you. Your boy's gonna be there with popcorn in hand, shoveling that.
Yeah. So if it brings back Mopey Soups, oof,
it will. And
yeah,
it's gonna be delicious.
I forget the dude who made the revisited video that you watched, the Why I Love Batman versus Superman.
Loverboy Media.
Loverboy Media.
You guys are probably going to be hot on that refresh button on this page after it comes out.
Dude, that's one of my favorite revisiteds. And it's still the hardest I've ever laughed and revisited. When he threw his spear, still the hardest I've ever laughed and revisited. Oh, I love it. Are y'all ready for this hot? Speaking of 4 hours, this 6.5 epic that we're coming out with Revisited? 6.5 hour episode.
Did you guys have voices by the end of it? Because...
Dude, we had to do it over 3 nights.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, the first recording that we did for the Persona Because Reasons DA, by the end of it, my voice is like, ooh.
No. Yeah, I think Revisited has really helped with our like long form speaking, because after the first with the first episode, it was just like after like an hour and a half, 2 hours, it was just like let's take a little break. Now we're just belting out 4 hours like it's nothing.
But then we just did our the service industry podcast. And that was only like an hour 40, and my voice was just messed up near the end.
Because you were so freaking angered by it. You were so mad.
I have to tell you how annoyed I was with the whole file trying to find that stupid song for you, BG.
Oh, yeah.
Literally
Hilarious.
go through, because I forgot what the name of it was. So I went to, the first place I went to was Dropbox, and I was looking at the folders. Like, okay, like I would have put it in a folder if we had like something dedicated to the podcast. I'm like, oh, not there. And the image I have for file types for WAV files looks weird. I didn't equate it to an audio file. So I go through all of my extra folders on this computer, the external that I have plugged into it, nothing there. I'm like, okay, go to my laptop, nothing on there. Go to like 2 desktops ago that I have plugged in my room, looking through that. Finally, and then the way I found it on that computer, because again, I didn't know the name of it, and I was thinking maybe I could search for it or something. I go through my Vegas files on that PC,
That's exactly what you do.
found my template file for Yep, our previous podcast, when I would edit down episodes if I would have to. Found the file name, like, great. Tried searching on YouTube for the song. Lay Down One. No chance.
You would have never got it.
All right. I'm like, okay. Copied. And then, like, I found, because, like, the file location was broken, but then, like, after some sleuthing around on that computer, found the file. I'm like, great. Bring my portable external upstairs. Download it. Bring it to this PC down here because it's connected to the internet. Plug it in. Copy and paste it into Dropbox. You're going to overwrite a file that you have on there. Would you like to? I'm like, motherfucker!
Oh, yeah, I would have been big mad.
I'm just like that was
big mad.
2 hours. God damn it. Trying to help a friend, and I just end up pissing myself off.
Yeah, I would have rather not have heard about the overwriting part.
Yeah.
Even like, if you were just searching for 2 hours, it's just like, I found it, yes.
Yeah,
now you're just like 2 hours for nothing.
Yeah, it was annoying, but it's there, and now it's also conveniently put where all of my other royalty-free music is, so it's in a spot that I know forever. Until I fuck up files again and lose where it is. So, this is an interesting thing, and I would love this if there weren't a horrible, horrible virus out there right now. Apparently, they are re-releasing Scott Pilgrim in theaters.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, that would get me, but I'm not going.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite movies of all time. I've watched that movie hundreds of times, and I would no doubt, and I didn't see it in theaters. I got it after the fact. I would
Dude,
so
that's what I
love
want to do.
That's what I would so love to go see it in theaters, but I'm not fucking going to the movie.
Not at all.
Cowards. God darn cowards.
I don't care about that 25%.
I don't want to die. We all gotta go sometime. Give me that $200 Yomicon Platinum. I don't care.
You would make a great Republican politician right now.
Hey, it's worth sacrificing a few for, whatever.
Yeah,
For a quality movie.
for my haircut.
Dude,
Ugh.
and these people are moonwalking into these buildings, no mask, shoulder to shoulder, just like, where's my haircut?
Yeah, the Ohio opened up some restaurants and bars last week, and I saw V-Man posted pictures of the Standard Hall, which those got all of my friends were linking that of just like, what are these people doing? It's just it's a popular bar that is pretty close to campus. It's actually right across the street from when I used to live in the Short North, in that apartment or townhome. And yeah, very popular sports bar, has an outdoor area. It's a nice place when it's, again, no pandemic. Packed. Even with the porch open. I think only the porch was open. That was the stipulation. It had to be open air. But yeah, just shoulder to shoulder, and you could tell the only people that had masks on were the workers.
Yeah.
It's
ridiculous.
like, yeah. One of the best things that I've seen from this, though, was, I guess, some bar somewhere bought a whole bunch of giant, inflatable...
Mannequins.
Not mannequins, tubes. Like
Yeah.
that were in diameter 6 feet across, and every customer had to get in one. So no one, if you got close to a person, you'd bounce off of their inner tube. You couldn't get close to people.
I was talking about the ones that look like sex dolls, and they were filling up the booths with those to dissuade people from sitting there. Oh, you didn't see this?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna see if I can find it.
But yeah, Ohio got a lot of fucking shit, and that bar closed down like the next day. Like, we're going to reevaluate our policies. It's no shit.
You got to. What are they doing?
Yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else movie related that I have here?
Found it.
Yeah. Send that to me, and I will try and get that on the stream. Oh, I guess I'll look at the picture, see how racy it is, because that could be a Twitch ban.
Oh yeah, that would be horrible.
New Mutants.
These are horrifying. Sorry, but this is horrifying.
Oh wow. That one doll kind of looks like Aaron Hansen from the Game Grumps on the right, a little bit.
Nothing but old people going to this place.
Oh,
okay, this one.
dude,
I need this. I need that one.
They're 80 and up.
Okay,
Ain't
this
nothing
is...
but literal Freddy Duddies.
Let's see. Okay, I get that. The other bit of movie news that I have is poor New Mutants, because of the pandemic,
Another one.
got delayed again.
Another one.
Oh my god. Like, how the actors are like, oh man, we finally get to see this movie. Like, Maisie Williams, like, that was 3 years ago? Like, she was a teenager. She is a young woman now.
They can't do press for this. They can't do a sequel unless it's like 8 years later. Whatever.
Let's
So
okay.
I really want to see New Mutants though. It looks really good.
Let's see. Get this picture here. What the heck was its name? Shit. Ah, okay. There's a T in it. Weird image names. There we go. Okay, let's fit this to screen. This is
Why?
This is just so. Yeah, this is
Legit. It's. I wouldn't wanna. I wouldn't want to sit. I wouldn't want to be part of that. Dude, it's horrifying.
I like props to this restaurant for it's just like I would almost like I would hope that like some of the employees like would bring some of the dolls like, oh, this person was feeling lonely, here you go, and just like sit them next to each other. Wait, is one of those pictures? No, okay, that's another fake person.
Okay.
The middle table looked like with the blonde, the person across from
I
him,
was
like,
just about to say that.
I'm like, is that a real person?
Oh yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
But yeah, the hand, you can tell the hand
The
that's
hand
popping out.
getting away.
Yeah, it
like,
is
oh my
inflatable.
god, Miss Lonely.
That would be so amazing.
It's
Yeah,
still
I-
horrifying.
Just like I don't know. I can understand like the wanting to return to normalcy and stuff like that, but
It's too soon.
human life kind of matters more than that to me, at least. Doesn't for some people, but to me at least.
Dude, there are so many people I talk to. It's like I just can't stay in the house all day. It's just not gonna happen. I need to go out. They'll go out to grocery stores just to go out to grocery stores. And I'm like, no. You have so many amazing things to occupy your time. Now, I can understand you're doing that crap once a month or whatever. They're like, every other day I gotta go out. I can't just be in the house. What are you doing?
And like to
I hate
me,
people.
like okay, like sure, like yeah, make it like once a week, once a month. But like go to a park or somewhere where you can have space. Like I'll give you that. Where you can like adequately space things out. Go on a hiking trail. There's no one. you won't run
And
into
all these freaking Karens acting like in Karens. There's a whole compilation of people just being so entitled.
It's ridiculous.
It's disgusting. These people are legit just coughing in other people's face because of disagreements. What are you doing? Because you can't sit there, ma'am. You can't sit there.
Lady
Yeah.
tried to go into a grocery store like I got a condition where I can't wear a mask.
And they're like, that ain't no. We not
And
allowing that.
I've got some personal things that I'd like to shop for that I don't want you to see. Like, well, they gotta ring it up.
What if I don't want you to see it? She thought that was
she
it.
thought she had all figured out.
Oh, I can walk up in here. I ain't gotta wear a mask. I'm special. I have a condition I don't need to disclose that prohibits me from wearing a mask. So let me in, please. Oh, this is discrimination. If you don't, what are you talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just like, stay home, whatever. I have a friend who's very extroverted and I'm very introverted, and she was like, "How you holding up?" I was like, I'm fine enough, but how are you holding up? She was like, "I'm going crazy." I'm like, "I know you are." So yeah, people like us are just like, yeah, we can just sit down and play games for 12 hours straight. But other people are like, I gotta get out, I gotta go. I can see how they're like,
Yeah, but you should be able to. You should be able to entertain yourself.
yeah, you should be able to, but not everybody is.
Yeah.
I've said it a long time. People have a real problem just being able to enjoy their own company.
Absolutely.
And this is exactly what it is. They just can't sit in the house not being in the company of others right now. And I'm like, I don't need none of y'all. Nobody.
Or they're living with their families and realizing I can't stand these people.
Oh, they suck. Like you should spend a lot of time with people to even see if you, because you're coming off work, you're together maybe 3 hours, you're relaxing half of that. It's nothing. But when you're just sitting in the house for 16 straight hours just with that person, it could create some
Yes, it can. Yeah, I have I've talked with different friends and what have you, and they're like, "Oh, I like you." Same thing with you, DA. How are you holding up? I'm like, I'm great. Get my groceries delivered to me. I don't gotta go anywhere. It's just work. My lunch break is playing on my big
I
screen
was at
TV.
I was at work and I was like, they're opening Dairy Queens and the lines are around the block. What are y'all doing? And like 4 people were like, "There's a Dairy Queen open where?" And I'm like, "Y'all are the problem." And
I
this
could
wasn't
go
it.
for some Dairy Queen.
This
right
wasn't
now.
in my head going, "Y'all are the problem." I said out loud, "Y'all are the
I
problem.
would like a nice blizzard right about now.
You're the problem."
Not enough to go out there and get it. I can
No.
go get some ice cream and some Oreos and blend that up.
With my monstrous blender.
So that ain't even an issue. But yeah, I could go for some.
Dude, have you finally seen the blender?
Yeah, of course I did. I have to go down.
It's huge.
But yeah, no, I understand people going. I want things to go back to normal. I want to go out and do these things that I always used to. Because
Or they want the freedom, quote unquote, to do that.
now that the option isn't there, of course you're gonna want it.
It's just like when a kid isn't playing with a toy and you take away the toy and they start crying for the toy. It's like you weren't paying attention to it before, but now you're all mad because you can't have it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like a lot of people weren't going out every other day, every weekend, whatever. But now that they are unable to, they're just going nuts of going, I want to go out and you're impeding on my freedoms to go out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had my little moment where I was just like, get me out of here. But no, I'm done. I went to the store yesterday, just up to Family Dollar, had my mask. I just, didn't speed walk like I normally do. Just sort of a slow walk, just like fresh air outside.
So you got there in 2 minutes instead of 40 seconds.
So you see, that's the thing, because it's super. But no, it was nice to be outside the house. But then I was just like, I don't want to be out here.
There's
So
no
until
reason to be.
I'm like, I want to be out here and I'm cool with it. I'm keep it shut down. My job is just like, hey, we're open to back up permanently on the 30th. I'm like, I'm not coming in.
Is it a mandatory you got to come in? Or?
They're saying that it's going to be a soft mandatory.
Then it's mandatory.
It's such, I don't know, flowery whatever language right now that they need to just go come in or no.
Just
I'm,
like
I'm
if
not
you're
going in. I'm like,
if you're comfortable coming in, come in. If you're not, don't. It should be that easy until it's 100% like everything's open, no problems. Yeah, like.
But their biggest issue is that the working from home thing has just been an unmitigated disaster.
You don't sound too horrible, but maybe to other people.
Yeah, no, I'm a very responsible person. I want this job. I'm getting paid quite well. It's getting me a lot of experiences and stuff. But the people that's been there for a year or two, they're comfortable. They know they got their job. They know they're not immediately irreplaceable. They're gonna be like, okay, I'm taking a break, and then they go on like a 15-minute break as opposed to like a 2 or 3 minute quick bathroom break. And they're like, hey, we gotta cut this off. After you do a call, they go into not ready. And they'll stay in not ready for 20 minutes. And, you can't, outside of calling, you can't go, hey, where are you? As opposed to just hopping over their desk going, what are you doing? So, yeah, they're going, there's too much of that. Not enough responsibility.
Adults are not adults. If they can slack off, they will slack off.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Okay, so a few more news tidbits, unless you guys got something to talk about.
Oh, I can always find stuff, but keep it going.
So actually, the last bit of movie news that I have was Scoob came out.
I saw it.
With it coming out, a whole bunch of the actors that have been playing these characters for decades.
We're just like, I'm so sad. I can't watch it because it'd be too hard to hear a character I voiced for 20 years not be me.
Yeah, I mean, the one that actually I felt something for was the voice actress of Daphne.
That's the one that said that.
Great Delisle.
Yeah, where her mentor in acting and voice acting was the original voice of Daphne, and basically as she was close to dying was like, hey, you should have this role. and she took over the role from her mentor for 20 years. Like that, like I can understand where that would hurt.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is, I really like the Daphne they got because it works for what they were trying to do.
Did you actually see it?
Yes, I said I saw it.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, I saw Scoop.
How was it?
I saw Scoop.
All right.
It was a movie.
Dude, I can't. The Shaggy voice, it lives and dies.
Dude,
on the
it was
Shaggy
not.
voice.
It really got grating at parts where I was just like, oh, I am not feeling this voice.
Yeah,
I love everybody else except Scoob and Shag.
Yeah, Matthew Lillard was another one of the actors that was just like, I don't think I can like watch this movie, and he's been voicing Shaggy literally since he starred in the live action movie.
But he was very gracious, like, hey, I hope you guys accomplished what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
Big ups to y'all. Rock on, but I can't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And I completely understand that.
It's skippable. Tote skippable.
Cool. The starring actress of Batwoman, Ruby Rose, is leaving the show.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Yo, can I just say Batwoman is one of the worst shows ever?
Maybe it'll get better now, because I've heard she was one of the biggest problems.
She
really
cannot act.
Ooh.
That show is repugnant.
But the Batwoman is, depending on the mythology of whatever they're adapting, she's only acting like a human because she doesn't understand emotions and such. So if she was stiltedly acting,
nope, that's not what it is.
Oh, well, okay, never mind. I tried to help you, lady.
The biggest problem is it's the forced rah women sort of thing.
Oh, they did that in Scooby too. It wasn't a forced one. It was just like the main dude, he was super incompetent, and his sidekick, which was a woman, was good. But Velma did drop a toxic masculinity. But it made sense because Fred and that dude were like poking each other, like don't test me, bro. Blah blah blah. It's just like, ugh.
Yeah, it is. It is really. It's like bad movie day watchable bad.
Whoa, that bad?
Yes, it is. It's very fun bad.
What's the tier? We talking like a Husk tier, Woman's Call tier?
It is mockable. Very, very mockable.
So to me, it's not like walled in that movie.
No, where it's just like this exists. No, it's just plot holes and just
like that
horrible acting.
Like that kids time movie.
Time Stoppers?
I think it was Time Stoppers.
Clock Stoppers or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, we've seen so many movies.
But yeah, it is a very, very bad show.
Yeah. And they're going to have at least a bit of issue recasting, just because one of the big things that, I guess, like, however you view it, Ruby Rose was an lesbian actress, and they are wanting a lesbian actress for the role. So
I mean, at this point, it's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't care about it. I'm just saying that slims down your pickings.
But this seems very much like this is what I really don't like about corporations. It's very hard to ever tell if somebody is like, hey, it'll be cool to have black character, woman character, whatever, as opposed to, hey, we have black character, we have woman character. This seems very much like, hey, we have woman gay actress for this character.
There are at least 3 episodes that center around her gayness.
And it's just like, you can pick any actress for that role and they can play a lesbian. It's no problem to just behind the scenes be like, we have an actual gay person. Look at us, LGBTQ community. Like,
but I guess it's sort of like a representation sort of thing that they're like, this person who is gay knows the gay struggles and all that, so they can play it better.
I absolutely understand that, but you're really pigeonholing.
Pigeonholing
your potential for casting.
Especially with the CW, where another qualification for any of their shows are you must be hot.
So they need a hot lesbian actress to play
Yep.
this lesbian character.
We know
And it's
acting
not
isn't
like
a requirement according to DA.
No, it is not.
it's not like ScarJo playing the Major, where it's just like just get a Japanese person. It's not hard.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Japanese actresses out there.
Mm-hmm.
You are really confining. This is a filter that is bringing up like 6 results. I remember having this discussion with somebody where it was like, for anybody that's ever played Resident Evil 6, Chris's friend, or the person I was with Chris, was named Piers or something.
Yes.
And I'm like, what does it do just to have Piers be black if it just is not, if it's just to be like, hey, we got a black character.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like GTA 5 where it's just so ingrained into like the black community, black culture, and what it looks like, where it's just like, hey, black character. And it's so hard. Like I said, it's so hard to be like, was it because they thought it would be cool to have a black character, or is it just to go, hey, Resident Evil 6 has a black character in the lead, in one of the lead roles?
Yeah, that's kind of like the Genlock thing.
Yeah,
where it's just boom, 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 multicultural. White people, no white people except for the one, and then it's that. I've always said I'm glad I'm black, so I can speak very openly and candidly about these diversity problems. If I was just some rank and file white guy, like, you don't know what we're going through, blah blah. I know exactly what, and I feel the heavy hand of pandering, and I don't like it.
I don't mind pandering, but you're right. It's really heavy-handed.
I was double checking. Like, I thought you were saying Piers was black. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he wasn't.
No. It's like if he was,
it wouldn't have been of consequence, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a consequence, and it's hard to know if Resident Evil, the people that were developing it, are just like, hey, it would be cool to have this black guy, this person be a black guy, versus, hey, we've got a black guy.
Yeah, versus like cool. Versus like Sheva, versus like, it's in Africa. This makes sense.
Black girl makes a lot of sense. So it's hard to tell. And it's somebody, when I was talking about that, I was arguing with a few people, and then one of the people was like, hey, I've created video games with a lot of people that have just been like, hey, we have multicultural diversity. Hey guys, yeah. And it's just like, what are you doing? Boone himself said Chronica was originally a man, but then they were like, hey, it'd be pretty cool if she was a woman. So they just made her a woman. Just that easy.
Interesting.
GB, what are you doing? Yeah, so
all of us are going to die of coronavirus, and she will survive.
That dog is never dying. It's gonna be. I've said before. It's gonna be 2 species. It's gonna be 3. It's gonna be GB, roaches, and Darkside Phil providing content for them. Darkside Phil will never die.
Oh boy. So now just a few little gamer announcements. 2 of these announcements, again, whatever, new Paper Mario game. I'm assuming that was going to be
whatever.
What was that?
Don't whatever Paper Mario, because it's back to the JRPG format too.
Well, that's the issue. Like, from the gameplay, it kind of looks like it. No, that's what I'm saying. If it's not, it's going to be bad, like the previous few have been. If it goes back to a JRPG format, like the 1,000-Year Door in the first game, fuck yeah, I'm all for it. But we don't know.
Already said JRPG. No, I thought they did already say JRPG.
But like, they have, for like some of the games, is like JRPG with a twist, and the twists have always made the games a little not good. So that's what I'm waiting to see. So like, they only showed like a tiny bit of like the actual battle system and gameplay. So that's what I want to see first. But yeah, like, I'm assuming it was going to be announced at E3, and they just, or spacing out all these announcements, if I had to guess. They are remaking the best Harvest Moon game for the Switch, Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town. Anyone that likes Stardew Valley, you will like this game. They are remaking Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
And
I
it looks really good.
It
looks
does.
really good. I want it.
I love how no matter how, like, it has been so long. There's a video of Tony Hawk playing an early build of the game with Jack Black and I think maybe Tony Hawk's kids or Jack Black's kids. And just, the man has not changed at all. He's just stupidly chill and just in-game throws out the 900. No biggie. I don't think there's any other gaming announcements. At least any huge ones. I know, like, there's been a few things here and there for, like... the Unreal 5 demo.
Oh, yeah, that thing looked ridiculous.
It looks pretty darn good. I know people were giving them a little bit of shit because it looked like it had one of the enclosed hallway loading transitions that were all over the Unreal 4 games, which I forgot. I'm started playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it is in the Unreal 4 engine, and there's a couple of areas I'm like, yes, here we are. Here's these loading screens.
Correct.
I will say, I'm enjoying FF7 a lot. I'm like 15 hours in? Chapter 5. No, Chapter 7. There is a song in the game that they added for the remake that I have on repeat right now. It hits that melancholy feel that I really enjoy in some game music. Yeah, I'll talk about it more once I actually get through the game and complete it, but overall enjoying it so far. Last bit of gaming news, which this was expected. Evo Online announced their list of games that are going to be in the competition, and
Larry us.
Not among them is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, because their netcode is trash.
I hear
and
many a horror story.
I'm not even like, I'm super curious of, was it Evo that made this decision? Was it Nintendo that made this decision? Was it both? But either way, it's still got national publication time. IGN posted an article about it. There's a couple other major publishers that posted an article about it that were, at least are in the nerd spectrum. So it's still got attention. Specific attention. Because it's the first Smash game in, I believe, 17 years? No. 2013. So I think 7 years. I'm pretty sure Melee was in 2013. But in almost a decade.
Melee, bro. No, bro, I would have probably been like, 2013.
I think like, because Melee had an MLG circuit right around when Brawl was coming out, and then I think for a year it was like super grassroots just because Nintendo was like shutting shit down. But then after that, Melee, because Brawl people at that point, the like Melee crowd like completely shut down the Brawl scene almost, at least from a major standpoint, just because hashtag not Melee. But yeah, I know
but Project M was starting to get some.
I don't think that was ever at Evo though, because it was a not licensed game.
Yeah, that's why they were running it on a lot of events, and people were really like, "Is it gonna run at Evo with Nintendo there?" And Nintendo was like, "Nope, not doing it."
Yeah, one year like they had it slated, and Nintendo tried to shut it down. Almost like they like a month before whatever Evo that was. Let's see here. I know one of these articles has the year.
The Fairy Tale JRPG just got delayed again.
Another one.
Come on. I just want to play it. Come on.
Where did? Nope, that's just, I literally clicked on the same article twice. I know one of these articles has a fucking year.
Year
Whatever.
for what?
It's the how long it like there has been a Smash game at an Evo. I'm pretty sure it's 2013, so 7 years. Yes, this will be the first time in 7 years that a Smash game has not been at Evo. And like even considering it where Ultimate last year had the most entrants out of any game by a long shot. You just had for Hungry Box's tournament, the box, over 8,000 entrants, 8,100 entrants in a tournament. The
Yes.
biggest Smash tournament ever that was online. And you have to drop this game just because the online is so fucking trash.
Is that bad?
Yeah. Like, it's not gonna happen, but you would hope that Nintendo at least sees this and is just like, oh, this is something that maybe we should consider fixing. They're not going to because Nintendo doesn't think that way. Which is unfortunate.
Why? Are they still buying it, baby? All right,
Yeah.
then. What's the problem?
Oh, it's still the best-selling fighting game of all time? Well... yeah. There was... I saw a YouTube video recently where someone was just like... a solution to fix the online modes, and they even like organized a menu to show off like all the different types of modes that they could do, and it made so much sense. So much sense. And it's
Yeah, but will it make sense, which is converted further into dollars?
Yes. You know, it would, because it still keeps the modes that we currently have and just adds on top of it for even more casual and even more competitive play. It'd be lovely, but 'tis not going to happen.
How about this? How about this? No.
Ugh.
Nintendo
yeah.
with the big fat no.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been meaning to, well, just been busy. I might, over this coming weekend, try and enter into some smaller tournaments. I'm going to be taking a few days off for the holiday that's coming up, which, again, going to the, what we were talking about, staying home isn't such a big deal. Like, I'm taking a few days off. Everyone's like, where are you going to go? I'm like, here? I'm just going to
grill up some stuff and
relax and play some video games. Just take a load off.
Unlike these people that are freaking cartwheeling in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Just got to get out the... And I hate people. People just out there fishing. Why? On speedboats. For what reason?
I'm a kind of okay with that. Because
why? It's like
if
4 people to the speedboat.
If there's multiple people, but I'm just saying, like, fishing can be a pastime where you can adequately space yourself out.
It depends on if it's like the old school, get on a boat with just 2 or 3 people, 4 people, just in a circle. That's not great. But if it's the, like, everybody's on the shore and it's spaced out, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's basically what it was. A lot of people were on the shore. They were in their cars until they saw their line catch, and then they would hop out and saw some dude actually catch a fish.
Yeah, what did I see? That's Sunday? I saw on Sunday when I was driving to go look at a house, driving through this neighborhood, and it was like an HOA neighborhood that had like a little common park area. And in that common park area, there was a ice cream truck that was parked, and just families with their kids all over the place. No one was wearing masks. I'm like,
nobody cares.
I got nothing to say because it's already been established that I would really like some ice cream right now. Can't fault them. I'd be right out there just like, these people disgust me. Chocolate swirl, please.
Yeah.
Savages. Yeah. What's your specials?
You got sprinkles or
Sonic the Hedgehog bomb pop. Move out of the way, kid. I actually just got that Blu-ray in the mail. I'm excited.
I would love if they were just like, hey, how about this for a special feature? Old Sonic design.
They're not doing it.
I would love it.
I will report back next episode.
It ain't happening,
It
but I
ain't
would
happening.
love it.
Cowards.
Mike, what do you think of Afterburner? I never asked you.
Oh, I keep forgetting to bring that up on the podcast. I've been meaning to do that for like a month now. I love it.
Dude.
It is like
That's
night
better.
and day compared to the last album.
I was not a fan of artificial selection at all. A
Yeah.
lot of people are like, "Oh no, artificial selection is really no." It's just not. It's got like 4 good songs. It's really not a good
Exactly. It's mediocre in comparison to their previous work. And this one,
Mothership.
I can't fucking talk today. You posted it perfectly. It was either on Facebook or on Twitter. There is not a bad song on this album.
There is not even the Spanish song. I just find myself grooving to.
I love that song.
Dude, there is not a bad song on this album.
That's on the bottom tier for songs for you?
No, I love that song, but a lot of people really don't.
Oh, really?
A lot of people are like that song shouldn't be on the album. It's the only one that's just like, yeah. I love that song.
Maybe it's my love of El Nino. Or, well,
I don't know what it is.
What El Nino used to be. That El Nino is a whole thing. That band is not, it does not exist in the same capacity anymore. I could go into that. But yeah, I don't have the names in my head as well as you do, but they're like the last 4 or 5 songs in that album.
Dude, which would be Night Sway, Say Hi, Nothing Shameful, and Into the Sunset.
Yeah,
Nothing Shameful is my favorite song on the album, and it might be a top 5 Dance Gavin song.
I know one of the ones that I always go back to just because the intro lick I love. The take all you do is take.
That's Nothing Shameful.
You can have it all. Yeah. Yeah.
I love Nothing Shameful.
I will say, despite all the good songs, Prisoner is still up there for me.
Dude,
I am a sucker for a catchy fucking chorus. And
that chorus is ridiculous.
I don't think you could pick a better single song off the album, I will say. For someone that has never heard this, to me, for someone that has never heard Dance Gavin Dance, and an accessible, like 3 Wishes is on the lighter side of things, where I feel
really, like choppy.
Yeah, I feel like Prisoner kind of encapsulates more of the overall sound of Dance Gavin Dance.
Them grooving and stuff, and
it also
just heaviness.
Yeah, it also is a slight tease as to, I forget the name of the screamer
of
his lyrics making no sense.
Dude, nonsense.
Because for 90% of the song, his lyrics make sense in context of everything that they're saying. But once you get to his end bit where he talks about smoking a pack of Christian Bale and fucking on an island, you're like, wait, hold on.
Slide his pipe playing. It's just like, what? Yeah, his lyrics make no sense. Even in 3 Wishes, where it's just like multiple stab wounds. Mm-hmm. That's just the lyric.
Yeah. Multiple stab wounds, yeah!
And I love it. I'm like, yeah! Multiple stab wounds, all right, get up in there.
But yeah, there are a couple of songs on this album, too, which I need to, like, actually get the names and stuff down, that evoked memories of downtown Battle Mountain, where like they reached back.
I feel like this album touched a little bit of everything they've ever done.
Yes,
because there are songs where I'm like, this sounds like a Kurt Travis era song. This sounds like a Johnny Craig era song.
Mm-hmm.
This is pure like Tillian song.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like it feels like they tapped into a little bit of everything they've ever done and ever wanted to do, which is perfect for their 10th anniversary album or their whatever.
Yeah. And it's a bit like the last album, I feel like Tillian kind of phoned it in.
I don't know
If
what
that
was
makes
going on.
if that makes sense. Like it just didn't feel like there was effort, so to speak, in like his singing. Like obviously the guy's still an amazing singer, but like
Yeah.
I don't know, it sounded like he didn't care as much in the last album. That was like one of the main things where as I was listening to it, like I would go back to oh shit. There's a song that I had like planned to make an AMV to years and years and years ago. I forget what album it's from, but like that was one of my favorite songs from Tillian for the longest time. And like you could tell he like ripped his vocal cords singing the song. And it's like I listened to Artificial Selection. I'm like, there's no song that evoked that same feeling, but like every damn song, I'm like, uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I wonder if
Mm-hmm.
during Artificial Selection he was more focusing on his solo stuff and his collab with Craig and whatever, to where it's like, because his solo stuff is a lot more mellow and a lot more like down compared to the Dance Gavin Dance stuff. So I wonder if he was just in that mode.
Maybe.
And that was just the whole album. I don't know. I just do not like Artificial Selection.
Yeah.
Afterburner is ridiculous, top to bottom. Every day I listen to that album from beginning to end.
Yeah,
and some days I'll just go, okay, shuffle.
There is there are very few albums that I would call perfect for what they do, for how they approach things, where each song is just good in of it. I can't talk. Or it's just a flat. Thank you. Or it's just a flat out good album. My favorite Dream Theater album of all time, I would consider a perfect album. Scenes from a Memory. This one's up there now. Like, I would probably put this album in like a top 10. I don't know where, but as far as all time favorite albums,
it's got to be up there. It's
that
literally
good. It is literally that good.
I think in my head, there's only like 3 perfect albums I've ever heard, and this is very close to it. Adele 21 is perfect. Jay-Z's Blueprint is perfect. This is very near there. I just need more time with it.
Yeah.
But it might just hit that.
And you know what the most frustrating thing is? I know if he didn't have such a stick up his ass, DA would love them.
Yes, absolutely. That's the worst part. I think so DA and I we have a series, or well,
did he walk away? Is he still here?
No, he's still here.
Okay.
DA and I have
I am being very respectful by not making farting noises or anything of the sort.
He rolled his eyes once when I said Dance Gavin, and then he just went to his phone. Very respectful.
Very respectful.
But
zero fart noises.
I pitched this series called Check It Out, where he and I just suggest things to each other and we watch or read or whatever. And I suggested Epo for him and he suggested Flame of Recca for me. So eventually we're going to talk about that. And I think music wise, we could do that where I recommend Dance Gavin and he might recommend Gorillaz to me.
I can't.
Why not?
It's too much.
What's too much?
It's too much.
Dude, I have an hour commute.
Yeah, I know.
It means nothing.
It's Gorillaz are very odd.
So?
Yeah.
Dude, just listen to everything I listen to. Dude, we just talked about a song in pseudo Spanish.
It's like no other. I'm telling you.
I don't care. I listen to I listen to noise hop. Do you know what the noise hop is? It's hip hop where it's just like.
I'm just saying. There's songs where I'm just like, I don't know if it's good, but I love it. I'm blinded by my love of Gorillaz to see objectively. So that's one of those things.
I think everybody's like that, but I also feel like you can point out bad things from Gorillaz. I just pointed out an entire bad album by Dance Gavin. Artificial Selection, I love Tillian, love Mess, do not love that album. Other albums, I've never been a fan of the Kurt Travis era of Dance Gavin Dance. It's just the sound is just way too different for me. And then on one album they didn't even have John Mess, so that's not even a Dance Gavin Dance album to me. But other than that, Downtown Battle Mountain 1 and 2, what Acceptance Speech, like so and good. So yeah,
Not the biggest fan of Downtown Battle Mountain 2.
Really? I feel like it's way more soul centric.
Yeah, it's a lot more mellow than
and smooth,
Battle Mountain 1. And also, I think that was the point where Johnny Craig was like, "Hey, I'm off drugs now. I can be a part of the band again." Okay. Oh, you're still on drugs.
Just a recurrent thing with him. Same thing happened with his band Slaves. It's like, okay, Craig just left us, so he's out the band. It was just like, I can't remember if it was Emerosa or Slaves where they were about to tour overseas and they were all in the airport, and then Craig just left. And just left them stranded like overseas with no singer. Nice. And they were just like, yeah, he's out the group. But he's clean for real this time, yos.
Mm-hmm.
And making terrible music.
No.
He's making very like what you would expect from a crappier Chris Brown. Like very poppy, auto-tuney. It's like heavy rap influenced pop, and it's just like, ugh. I don't want that. I want you wailing under in guitar. Yeah, so I'm not a fan of that. But dude, Craig Tillian, that song is ridiculous. So yeah, check out Afterburner. Daily listen. Yeah.
So I was just looking up to remind myself because I talked about it because this will be a quick thing. So El Nino, they were the band that got me into metal. Point blank period. There was a album that came with the first Resident Evil movie, I want to say. And there were
I think you're correct.
There were 3 bands on there that I can say got me into metal. One of them was Killswitch Engage. Another one of them was 36 Crazy Fists. And then the other one was El Nino. And my buddy Mason had the album. We were listening to the songs, and it was a remix of one of their songs. But listen to it, I'm like, oh, this is weird. I really like this. Like, yeah, he's screaming, but I don't mind it for whatever reason. And then I got their second album when it came out, which isn't a really fucking good album, and just went from there onto a spiral of metal. And one of the things I liked about it too is they have like bongos and other percussions and stuff, and drummer gonna be a drummer. Yeah, they had some awful fucking legal shit happen where there's a big legal battle between the singer, Christian Machado, and the drummer.
Oh, no.
And the drummer tried to pin onto the singer that, oh, he's drowning himself in drugs. There's been all this, like, behind-the-scenes thing. Like, he has no right to own the band. Like, basically, they're suing each other for ownership of the band. And I know the drug thing ended up getting dropped just because Christian was in a divorce battle with his ex-wife, and he gained custody of their daughter, and they don't give custody to children to drug addicts. So, but I think it ended up being, I don't know, I haven't looked at the actual, like, resolution of their suit, but I guess the drummer ended up getting the band and they have a new singer. But I don't think I could go back because he was a big part of why I really liked El Nino. He had an amazing voice.
When Craig left Dance Gavin, I was just like, I'm never gonna like them ever again. Sometimes it's just the singer works for you. Like the new 3 Days Grace dude, horrendous.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure he's not horrendous,
He's
but
alright
he's
live.
not 3 Days Grace.
Yeah, he's alright live. I've seen them live since. They were actually, was it last year? May have been last year. At the music festival that would have been last weekend. It would have been
Ooh.
moshing.
Hey, hey, I would have gone and seen Dance Gavin a month ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they sounded alright, but definitely different. Like I forget
Yeah,
the old
it
lead
doesn't sound
singer's
like
name.
not Dance Gavin Dance, but it doesn't sound like 3 Days Grace anymore.
And that's the
And
other thing.
I'm not dealing with it.
And his new band is not great. Saint
And it doesn't sound like 3 Days Grace. You
Yes.
sound
So
like
you
3
just got two bad bands instead of one.
and it's awful. And that's just what I don't want. That's why I don't think Linkin Park should ever make another song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is the thing.
I would, you know what? I would really love a big tribute album where they just do a bunch of their singles, but it's just a bunch of different singers
Yeah,
in
no, that'd be great.
Chester's place.
They did a show like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which, and it was actually like I watched the whole performance because like they had it for free up on YouTube. Like they had
check that out.
They had a bunch of people. They had the singer of One OK Rock, the lead singer of Avenged Sevenfold, a bunch of different bands that they've toured with and what have you. And for two of the songs that made the most sense, they had the crowd sing. And they like basically in the end.
Oh,
and then Numb, I believe. Which obviously
that would have been tears. I couldn't have been there.
Yeah. Like even last year I think it was last year at Sonic Temple, before Disturbed set, where like basically they were setting up the stage, it was the last set of the night, they played in the end over the PA. Everyone was singing in the Crew Stadium. Everyone. It was really cool. Like even just like they weren't even like Linkin Park not even performing. They just played a song over PA and just everyone was screaming the lyrics. Louder than some of the performances that I saw that weekend. I can't wait to go to shows again. But first, we need to.
Yeah.
Safely
go to shows again.
We need a vaccine. All right. With that, I think we will bring this podcast to a close. Unless DA, you wanna talk music for a bit? We've been.
I ain't got nothing. I don't listen to new music, and I hate myself for it because I'm always just like, I've got my playlist of how many songs do I have? It is 2608 songs. So 2,608 songs that I'm just like, these are all the songs that I like, and it's been like that for at least a year, nothing being added. So
no,
well, not a whole year.
I'm assuming the newest thing that got added, unfortunately, is Cats. Probably
Cats, no, because this is the album that I listen to when I'm reading manga or something. So I don't like to be distracted like that, because if I do something like that, I'm just gonna be like, I want to watch the video and I want to like think about this.
Or you're gonna pause and actually sing Old Deuteronomy or something.
But something just like I've heard this Fight Star song literally 1,000 times. It's in my sleep, so I could just sort of groove to it with my EPO.
Yeah, it's more background noise as opposed to just listening to something.
But yeah,
okay.
this playlist has not increased more than 100 songs in the past 3 years.
That's why I can't listen to rap when I'm reading manga, because rap is so lyrics based, or the rap I listen to at least is so lyrics based, that if I'm not listening for the lyrics, it's just kind of pointless. So I need rock to just be like, oh, the beat and the tone and everything. I don't need to listen to the words. Facts.
Facts.
Yes, facts.
We got 14 facts about sex object.
Wonderful.
What is it exactly? Sex toys.
Sex toys.
Yeah, boy.
Sex objects.
I forgot what it was called.
Anything that is
What?
anything.
What an unsexy thing to say.
Hey, babe, let me just grab our sex object.
Oh, baby, grab that big fat sex object over there.
Walk into a sex shop. Yeah, what are you looking for? Objects. What?
Object aisle or
Sex object.
This is the sex object store, right? Oh boy. I feel like I've picked the last couple.
We kind of both picked the Star Wars one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
How about this? You pick one, I pick one, and DA will pick the best of the two. 9.
Hot 12.
very odd numbers. Not even like lower digits. Okay,
Oh, I should have picked
BG.
6.
Ah, you see, because BG's was better.
Swish.
The first electric vibrator was a 40-pound contraption that required 2 people to operate, not including the person that it's being used on. It was created by a British MD for treating female hysteria.
Hey, nut, and you'll be right.
So they went from slapping to let me just strap you in and bring this 40 pounds.
Steve, we need the sex object.
Isn't this relaxing?
Wow.
What?
It's basically like those Sibian things where it's just like they strap the woman in.
Dude, she has to be on her back door or whatever, and it's just like, all right, bring it in. And they're just bringing in this monster.
Wheeling in 2 separate people.
Unleash the object.
No, that's literally an object. That ain't a toy.
Wow, you said 1940s?
Yes.
Dude,
Wow.
that's not too long ago. That's creepy.
Yeah, but dude, like, do they just like, okay, we're just gonna put this here and then leave, or they just like got their little notepad and it's just like, yes, 2 minutes in and climax has been reached.
Oh, it's so awful to
This
think
was
about.
very weird.
That's
History
hilarious.
sucks.
History is terrible.
You
Worst
would think,
subject ever.
You would think, too, like, obviously this thing wouldn't be super accessible, but that would have been the best time considering how many husbands were gone because of World War II. It's
Had a
interesting.
line. Just
No social distancing there. Just
No.
cram it up, ladies.
Yeah.
Doc, I think I'm crazy. Just the machine. Yes, the machine.
yeah, the machine.
Toothache doc machine.
Machine.
Dude, it took 2 people to operate this. Okay,
Like-
wrap it up.
I'm trying to think of. Okay. We could go on that for
Dude,
tens of minutes.
little bruh. What do they do?
All right. With that, thank you everybody for tuning into this episode of the Podcast of Stuff. We will see you sometime in 2 weeks, because again, our schedule is going to be a little bit more random until shit calms down. And with that, laters everybody.